On February 20th, 1978, 23-year-old university student Stephen Kubacki set out on a solo cross-country skiing trip along the shores of Lake Michigan. It was a bright winter morning, and Stephen was an experienced skier familiar with the rugged, frozen landscape known as the Lake Michigan Triangle, an area already linked to mysterious disappearances. That afternoon, Stephen's family expected him home. He never arrived. The next day, searchers found his skis and poles abandoned near the lake. His footprints stretched nearly 200 meters across the frozen surface, and then simply stopped. There were no signs of a struggle. No cracks in the ice, no broken snow. It looked as though he had stepped off the edge of the world. Authorities initially believed he drowned, even though the ice appeared solid. But there was a problem. No hole in the ice. No equipment, no clothing. No body. For 15 months, Stephen was gone. Then, on May 5th, 1979, something extraordinary happened. Stephen walked back into life, alive, unharmed, and with no memory of where he had been. He woke up in a grassy field in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, nearly 700 miles from where he had disappeared. He wore clothes that were not his, carrying a small satchel he didn't recognize. He knocked on a stranger's door and said politely, "I think I'm lost." The police were stunned. Doctors examined him. He was healthy, coherent, and showed no signs of exposure, malnutrition, or trauma. Stephen told investigators he felt as though no time had passed. His last memory was skiing near the lake and then waking up in Massachusetts. But the biggest mystery was this: Stephen did not want to talk about those missing months. He refused to undergo hypnosis. He politely declined interviews. He eventually moved to Europe and earned a PhD in psychology. When later asked why he believed he disappeared, Stephen said, "I think I was wandering, that's all." But investigators pointed out that a 15-month walk across the Midwest, in winter conditions without money, clothing, or supplies, was physically impossible. His survival, health, and unexplained travel distance remain unaccounted for. Some theories emerged over the years: a fugue state, a psychological break, abduction, human or otherwise, a voluntary disappearance, or something related to the Lake Michigan Triangle. But none explained his footprints ending abruptly on the ice, with no sign he ever fell through. To this day, Stephen Kubacki's disappearance and reappearance remain one of the most baffling wilderness cases in American history. A man who vanished from a frozen lake and returned 15 months later with no memory, no injuries, and no answers.